Hello people, this is Spellbinder's Report. I am going to do a little speech here on the bullcrap being pulled over everyone's eyes. You're being lied to again, over and over and over again. They're just constantly pulling this ploy on you. The disaster's right around the corner. Give us money is what the New World Order's new marching speech is. I've never seen anything like it. They're right now over there in the Middle East driving the price of oil up to $225 a barrel, and yet your people are going to sit here and worry about a small little earthquake that could happen on the Madrid fault line that could kill maybe, what, 1 million people? Think of it, people. There's a billion there's 7 billion people just about on this planet, and you're worried about 1 million people that God's trying to call back home, and you're going to sit here and get all panically and try to make out like, oh, we got to warn everyone about what's coming and everything. The New World Order already knows everything that's coming, and they're trying to rob you and make you into a slave, so when it doesn't happen, you're a slave. You'll be ready for the shackles and ready to go marching off into their manufacturing plants as slaves, so you can manufacture widgets for them. There's a few hundred families running this planet now. These people want to be rulers. They want to bring back the crowns and robes and prancing arounds. They want you to grovel at their feet. They want you to look up at them as a Caesar and other things. And you're not seeing this coming. You're not seeing it. You're sitting here taking all these earthquakes and everything that they are doing using HARP system and many other little devices that they have created with our mad scientist, and you're going to fall foe to it. So you'll be ready for the picking for them to be your new rulers when they step up and save you. Don't you ever read the Revelations that this is going to happen? They're trying to make Revelations happen. They are going to fulfill it. They're going out of their way technologically to make Revelations happen, so they are set themselves up as gods. But you just don't see it. You just don't see it. You don't see how evil these people really are that are running the whole show. They're running several board games right now. The major one is a risk game where they each get together and they pick out what part of the world they're going to go and influence. And then they go around the world and they make things happen with their money and their power. They create terrorist organizations. They create fractions of governments. They create different parties and party lines, and they get everyone fighting and bickering amongst each other while they're sitting around robbing the world and taking away all your property and your rights and your freedoms. Jeez, I just don't see why you don't see it yet. It's that obvious. It's in the open. They brag about it. They put out documentaries on this. They're putting out their own documents. They write books. Look at the people that are the major players. Look at, like, Soros wrote books. I mean, look at people like, I mean, there's all types of them out there. Bush even came out and wrote a book and saying how he still supports torture, which is a treasonous act under our Constitution in the United States. He still supports it, but yet the only people that got in trouble were the minions, the ones in the military that were actually doing the stuff. They were the only ones that got in trouble. He didn't ever get in trouble. Oh no, he's above God in the universe, along with the rest of these elitists who are above God in the universe. They are the Anunnaki. If you don't know what they are the demon class race. They are the ones who are so powerful and so rich that they are above you. You're nothing but grovel before their feet. They stomp on you. They're in 1984's version. They are the ones that will be stomping on your head forever with a boot. I don't know how to really tell you people all this is coming down the pike at you. You're just too busy listening to the talking heads on TV and having them, who are bought and paid for by these very creatures, to rule over you. They're telling you, they're selling you. Television is a salesman's item. It tells you how to act, how to dress, what to buy. They live. Don't you see? Don't you know? Man, I was going to do a video on the Madrid Vault. I'm not going to do it on the Madrid Vault because I know that's all a staged event. The Gulf oil spill was a staged event to start you on this trail to be afraid of your own shadows and have government step in, ruled by these elitists, to tell you how to act and what to do and everything else. They got a commercial showing people floating around in the air and everything's floating around, and they say get a ready pack, get a backpack ready to run because they're going to create it. Man, it's all coming at you, and it's all going to be done and said by 2012. That's their deadline. That's their absolute deadline. And they're not, it looks like they're trying to speed it up. As I'm saying, they're moving everything a lot faster. They're trying to get World War III going before 2012. It looks like right now in the Middle East they're just riling everything up. They're already getting oil up to 225. They're going that way. It may be 115, 120 right now. I didn't check today. I think I heard 120. It was. When someone criticized me on my other video for saying it was 120, they said, oh, it's only 114.95. Well, I looked that same day in Europe, it was 120 a barrel. Thank you. Do your research. Don't sit there and tell me about doing research. That's all I ever do. Man, all I ever do is research, and that's why I'm coming to these conclusions now of what's coming down the pike. This is all going to be staged. These earthquakes everywhere were being staged. These events are coming at us in space are all not staged, but they know it and are leading us through enstagement to them. So they will look like the saviors in the end. Man, I don't know what you're not seeing, what these people are doing. They're the man behind the curtain in Wizard of Oz. They're the ones. They're the ones. And they're out of sight. You don't see the faces of the ones who are actually running this planet. Call them what you want. Call them elitists, call them Anunnaki, call them demon lords, call them reptilian, as David Icke calls them. They're not really any of that, most likely, but they act like it enough that you could believe it. I mean, what can I really continue to say to people out there to wake you up and get you off your buns, to start marching on everything and say no to the New World Order? If we could get the entire world doing what they're doing in the Middle East against their governments for crimes and misdemeanors against the humanities of people, or like our illegal wars in the Middle East and everything, and get our military back behind us, we could bring the elitists down. They would leave. They would be heading for their yacht islands of boats. They got giant ships they're building out in Pacific where they can sit back and give commands. There's articles. Look it up. Look up elitist building boat palaces in the Pacific and stuff like that. Just Google all this and you'll find out what they're actually up to. They're not going to go down without a fight, and most of them have it set up where they got the button, their finger on the button of nuclear annihilation. If they can't win, they're just destroy it all. That's how insane these inbreeds are. These are families who have been bred it with themselves and with other inbred families because they wanted to keep their royal blood quote. You know what the royal blood really is? Their money. They want to keep their gold, their silver, their properties under their family. And the only way they could guarantee that it would not be lost to anyone that would give it off to the people of the planet is to inbreed to have that. And this is one of the reasons why they inbreed. It's not really the blue blood of Christ or anything in the Da Vinci Code or anything like that. It's down to basic dynamic greed. My God, the people out there that believe that we have to give up our rights and give up our guns and let the government run everything to protect us from the boogeyman terrorist. Let me tell you what the terrorists really are. The terrorists are yourself. Just look in the mirror. Who's terrorizing who? It's yourself being terrorizing yourself. There's no boogeyman. These are all CIA and CIA and created entities by the billion zillionaire elitists out there who, like I said, are playing a board game with you, and you're just pawns on the board game, and they're sitting there and they're going to tell you that you have to give up all this stuff or the boogeyman will get you. And if you don't, if you get on a plane, a terrorist is going to blow it up. So what? Do you not believe in God? Do you not believe that you're going to go to heaven? Are you that scared of death? If there's a terrorist on there, be glad. You're going to go home. I don't know what your problems are. You have this strange problem. I want to live. I want to live. Why? This is a training ground for being accepted into heaven. Until you realize that, you're gonna be afraid and not want to die. When you lose your fear of death, that's when you win. And that's been known throughout history for thousands of years through all the great wise men. They've all known the same thing. That you don't fear death. Death is the next step. As in, I use Dragon Ball Z because it just sounds good. You go to Otherworld. And Otherworld is better than this world. So don't be afraid. Go amongst life and live it to its fullest, and don't give up an inch of your rights or anything. If you get killed, it's because God wants you home. Come on, people. Let's don't let government make you into a slave and make your life here as miserable as possible. You can have a good life here, so when you go to Otherworld, you can have experiences of your last world that were good experiences and not horrific experiences. You should never have to have a horrific experience from your last world. I've seen too many movies on TV making you think that's the way the world should be. This world was never that. It was a stepping stone to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. There are always frequencies in the knob that you have to go up. We're just at the third frequency. The next one's the fourth, fifth frequency. If you believe the fourth is time, then therefore it's a fourth, fifth frequency where time is timeless and space is spaceless. And then you go to the sixth, where you look back upon the rest of it. And you're wondering why everyone doesn't see it this way. They're having such a glorious time where they're at now in the afterlife. That's why they don't come back and try to help you stop this offhand, because they've made it to the next level. But if you're in fear and everything, you have a possibility of being sent back up a level, or even worse, sent back here. Don't believe in reincarnation? It does exist. And the only people that's going to reincarnate back to a hell earth that they create are the ones who created. So remember, the ones out there who are creating the hell on earth and making everyone's life miserable are the ones who are going to inherit that earth, that hell earth. But everyone else that tries to make this earth into a paradise, into a lovely, beautiful place, will inherit in their next life heaven. That is the only thing that Christ was really talking about when he was talking about that in the New Testament. I don't know how else to really explain any more to you. I'm going to get off here. This is Spellbinder's philosophical report, I guess. Be good. Be good at it.